Okay. So despite the fact that Robin did not appear in a single panel in the last chapter, single confirmed panel in the last chapter. Hold on to that for a second. And despite the fact it ended on a completely unrelated cliffhanger with the mysterious silhouette of the mysterious person mysteriously healing the scabbards in that room, I could be talking about that right now. Who is it? Is it Hiyori? Did she somehow arrive on Onigashima? Is it Toki back from the past? Is it Eneru arriving back from the moon with his army of automata and deciding for some unexplained reason to heal the scabbards who he should have no connection to? Don't know. Actually, by the way, really quick on that, when I uploaded the review yesterday and I was like, who do you think it is? Everyone's like, it's Eneru, it's Enel, it's Eneru, it's Enel. And I'm like, I didn't get the joke at first. It went like, whoo, right over my head. I'm like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Like, where's the joke? I don't get it. And then I finally saw somebody layer an image of Eneru over the silhouette, and because that person was like kneeling down and like I guess a braid of their hair was like falling in front of them, it actually lines up really well with Eneru's earlobes because he has those elongated earlobes with the earrings on the end of them. So that actually made sense, but I didn't understand where it was coming from at first. I was like so confused when I was reading the comments. Like, Eneru, where are you getting that? But yeah, maybe it was him. Maybe he was finally tired of everybody firing off lightning attacks, and he's like, hey, all right, you use lightning, I was okay when Nami was the only other person using lightning, but now Big Mom, Kaido, this is ridiculous. I did it first, okay? Eneru's gonna come down and lay down some copyright claims, all right? That's how that's gonna go. But that's my point, though. I could be making a whole video about that. I could be talking about Sasaki versus Frankie, Tama with the Dango fruit raising an army of gifters to have Kaido's crew fight against themselves, or Nami fighting Ulti. But with all of that stuff being said, and with all of that being on the table right now, yeah, I think we're gonna go with a Robin video today. Yes, of course. Yes, I of course have a giant pile of Robin figurines downstairs that people keep sending me. I couldn't tell you why, honestly. This is of course sexy Wano variant Robin with Nami's, kunoichi outfit just in red instead of blue. I think they actually do have a blue one. I think I probably also have that one downstairs. But yeah, okay, Robin video. Everybody okay with that? You okay with that, Barry? You okay with that, Cloneberry001? Okay, all right. So this is actually very interesting because we have not seen Robin for a while. It's been a hot minute since we've seen her. Do you remember the last time we saw Robin, what she was doing? So it was after the Isoni virus had kind of spread all throughout the banquet hall. Marco showed up at that point, used his fire to kind of like, heal people as best as they could. Chopper's gonna figure out the cure. Marco grabbed Zoro and took him to the roof. Meanwhile, Robin and Brook jumped into the tower, into the proper castle of like Kaido's like quarters, like the different levels and stuff, okay? And so that was the last time we saw them, right? Now Robin at this point, of course, lost Kinemon's like the disguises that he made, the Kaido, BDSM gear that his entire crew wears and everything like that. So she doesn't have that anymore. She's just wearing like her regular kimono and stuff, right? But Robin, even without the powers of Kinemon's clothing fruit, she's a pretty good master of disguise, okay? She worked for Baroque Works for a while. She was on the run for most of her lives, so she's good at that. And she has Brook helping her out, too, who's also really good for espionage with his soul powers, right? So what's she up to right now, right? And this all came to kind of everybody's attention during the Sanji scene in the last chapter. So Black Maria captured Sanji, and she was like, hey, I'll let you go, I'll let you live, if you just call Nico Robin over here, okay? And so she points to a member of her entourage, one of the women that works for Black Maria that has one of those eye tag things on her face, like a lot of characters have, like Bao Huang and a lot of other characters seem to have in Wano. In Onigashima, Kaido's forces specifically seem to have these. And just like, if you talk to this girl, then your voice will resonate throughout the entire hall, like an intercom system, and it's like, Nico Robin, come and help me, I'm Sanji, your chef, I need your assistance, please come to the 3rd floor, it's totally not a trap. I don't know what she expected her to say, Sanji to say in that particular instance, right, because Robin's not an idiot. If Robin was running around the freaking battlefield and she heard a voice, like Sanji's voice resonating in the hall, like, Robin, come and help me, I'm on the 3rd floor, I don't think Robin's just gonna be like, oh, okay, Brook, Sanji needs help, let's go. There's totally nothing going on with this. I think Robin in even that situation would be like, all right, that's clearly Sanji's voice, but there's no telling if that actually is Sanji or if they're just playing around, and Sanji wouldn't say that kind of stuff anyway, so there's something going on here, right? But that's not the theory. I mean, that's possible. If Sanji actually did do that, Robin could have come up with a whole operation to kind of like sneak in, get Sanji out of there, and defeat Black Maria, right? But no, the theory comes that the woman that was in Black Maria's entourage with the tag on her face, that was actually Robin. So there's a theory with that, okay? So there's a theory involving that because the hairstyle looks very similar, and we have no idea who these people are because they have the tags on their face and everything, like Bao Huang and everybody. Also, there was the woman that was hanging out with the CP0 last chapter. We saw another member of Kaido's crew with the tag there, but we also saw just a regular woman of like Orochi's entourage in the kimono, like playing the shamisen as to entertain the Age of Zero, right? And so some people were looking at that and they were like, wow, she looks a lot like Robin too. And I'm like, okay, you gotta make up your mind, everybody, okay? It's Robin. It's not like she can clone herself and be in multiple places. Holy shit, she can actually do that! She can clone herself and be in multiple places. That's kind of her thing. All right. This is brilliant. This is awesome, okay? The Tobiropo are fighting the Straw Hat crew. That's already been, like, that's what Oda's going for, right? But most of these fights are direct fisticuffs kind of fights, right? You literally have Frankie inside of a giant robot fighting a Triceratops. Subtlety is not really most of the Straw Hat's strong suits, right? Freaking Zoro is, fighting a giant dragon right now. You got Sanji running away from the giant spider lady, and all that. Jinbei's fighting a giant saber-toothed cat, right? Okay. That's not how Robin fights. Robin is, let's be straight up here, and I've said this before, the single most important member of the entire Straw Hat crew. Like, when you're talking about the bigger picture of the One Piece story, those who will unlock the secrets of the Void Century and the Poneglyphs, the Road Poneglyphs. How do you think Luffy's gonna get to Laugh Tale? Do you think Luffy's just gonna tell Frankie to just point the Sunny in a random direction and they're managing to somehow get to Laugh Tale? No, that's gonna be Robin. The whole reason they're even gonna be able to get to freaking Laugh Tale to find the One Piece, that's Robin. She's indispensable, okay? And that's the reason why Big Mom and Kaido want her alive. Yes, Big Mom has pudding, but her powers haven't awakened yet. Kaido's been in Wano for like 20-something years now, and Wano is where the Poneglyphs were originally created. So, and it's been like passed down through the Kozuki clan for generations. Maybe there might be something Orochi might have in his libraries or his records way back in the day, might be information on how to decipher Poneglyphs. Maybe. I'm just saying it's possible, considering if it would be anywhere in the world, like a way to decode the Poneglyphs, that information would be in Wano if it was anywhere, but that's kind of a long shot in and of itself. I think that information was passed down, just not written down, but passed down verbally through the shoguns of Wano. That's how Odin learned it, right? Of course, and Momo didn't get a chance to learn it yet because Odin died, right? So my point is she's indispensable, right? But she's also very clever in how she fights, and we have not seen a direct fight with Robin against like a serious opponent like Black Maria, like one of the highest echelons of Kaido's crew, in quite a while. Because Robin doesn't typically do that. She had like a one-on-one fight with Yama back at Skypiea. She fought against that Fishman guy at Fishman Island, remember that? Yeah, she can take down, she's like crowd control at like Punk Hazard and like other places and stuff. She can do that. Dressrosa, she kind of fought against Diamante, but not really. She was more there just to kind of support Rebecca and keep her safe. So it's been a while since Robin had a straight up fight, right? How do you think Robin would do this? Do you think Robin would just charge into the room with Black Maria and just be like, all right, I'm here, Nico Robin, member of the Straw Hat crew, archaeologist, and wrecker of your collective shit. And just like, it's like, Nico Robin, you've arrived. Billion flowers! Wait, what? And that's not how that, while that would have been cool, while that would be freaking cool, that's not how Robin does things, all right? I'm just saying, it would be pretty sweet if Robin ran back into the castle with Brook, found a location to kind of hang out for a little while where there wasn't any enemy soldiers, right? And then she's there with Brook, and after they go through the, the typical Brook line of like, oh, we're all alone, Robin, can I see your pet? Yeah, whatever, Brook. Okay, listen, here's what we're going to do, okay? We're going to do this my way for a change. Very rarely does Robin actually have a time to sit down and be like, okay, here's what we're going to do, okay? I'm gonna clone myself like a bunch of times, and we're gonna go undercover all around the castle, all the different towers, the different levels. You know, I see a lot of these members of Kaido's crew walking around with these weird eye tags on their face. So in theory, couldn't I just like knock one of them out and just take the tag and just be like, I am now, like, you can't see their faces. That's kind of the whole point. Also, we don't know what's up with these things. We know that it allows the people wearing them to, like, you know, like an information network, you know, to connect to each other so they can see what all the other people that are wearing the tags can see and transmit their voices, as Black Maria said. But we don't know if the power lies in just the tag itself, or if it's like somebody's devil fruit power, like it's Bao Huang's devil fruit power or something that's connecting all the tags. Here's a question for you. If somebody were to just go up to an individual with this tag and then like rip it off their face and like knock them out or whatever, and then take the tag and then put it on their face, like if Robin were to do that, would they be able to get into the network? Would they be able to see everything everybody else is seeing? Would they be able to hear everything everyone else is saying in Kaido's crew that are also wearing these tags? Would that work? I guess it depends, right? I guess it depends on if it's like a devil fruit power, or if it's a specific kind of hockey that they all have, or if it's the tag itself. Well, if it's the tag itself, then anybody that rips it off and puts it on should be able to use it. If it's like a special ninjutsu talisman or something that only exists in Wano, then yeah. So that's totally feasible right there. And Robin would be the person to notice that shit. She would be the person to notice, like, oh, there's some kind of information network with all these people wearing the eyes on their face. Okay. And then just, you know, use clutch and just, and then knock them out, and then grab it and just like, oh, I can see everything. Wow, this will be immensely useful. And then she puts on a disguise, and then she goes away, and then, you know, she seeps in. And so that's what people were kind of getting across there with that scene between Sanji and Black Maria. Because Sanji has that line where he says, never underestimate Nico Robin. And that's like bolded and like highlighted. Like that was supposed to be, I think Oda was trying to get us across, like that wasn't supposed to be just a random throwaway line. That wasn't supposed to be just like, oh, you want Robin? Well, don't underestimate her. You know, you're going to get hurt if you do that. No, that was supposed to be like, listen to me, Black Maria. Never, and I mean never, underestimate Robin. Like, he's like saying it to the audience like, there's something involving Robin that's going on. Like, Robin's standing 2 feet away from Black Maria in this instance with the disguise, and then she's just like, never underestimate, yeah, whatever, you're just talking nonsense. Fine, if you won't do it, I guess I'll just go find her myself. And then Robin's right there the whole time. The only thing with that I will say is that Robin would have had to watch how these people operate for a while, because that person also like went up to their ears and like clicked something like a beep, you know, like to transmit the noise. So maybe if Robin and Brook of course has the soul fruit, he can phase through walls. Maybe he was watching a few people to see, like doing a little bit of learning and find out like, okay, this is how those people with the tags walk around, and this is what their ability is, and they can also transmit noise and stuff. And so Robin was like, okay, I can work with that. I can do something with that, right? And so that was her master plan. Also, the whole clone thing is perfect. Now, we don't know how many clones Robin can make. It's probably not very many. It's not like Naruto's shadow clone jutsu, where he can make like hundreds of himself at any given time, right? Robin's is probably limited to, I'd say, less than 10, maybe even less than 5. We don't really know. Typically, we only see her using 1 clone at a time, so it might just be 1 clone. Maybe 2 or 3, maybe maximum, but usually it's only 2. But even if that's the case, that would be very useful, right? And so it would also be a thing, like, nobody would be so brazen. Like, if Robin really was, or a clone of Robin was that person with the CP0 sitting there playing the shamisen, like, you might think that would be stupid, because the CP0 would be like, oh, that's Nico Robin sitting right there. But, like, no, it's like, you wouldn't realize that, especially with all the chaos going on with the hallway and everything, and the roof is about to collapse and all that crap. You know, they wouldn't immediately assume, like, oh, yes, a member of the Straw Hat crew, Nico Robin, just happens to be sitting in this room playing a freaking shamisen for our enjoyment. That would be the last thing that you'd think about, even if it's like, do I recognize you from somewhere? Like, Robin can also wear the disguise, change up her hair a bit, you know, wear some makeup, you know, it's just like, there you go. And it's just like, no, I just have one of those faces. You know, just listen to my song, me lord, as there's giant earthquakes going around. You probably can't hear it very well, so let me just play it even louder. You know, there you go. So while Frankie is wrestling with a damn Triceratops, while Nami is firing lightning bolts through a Pachycephalosaurus heart, while Jinbei is karate chopping a giant cat, while Jinbei is karate chopping a giant cat, and Sanji is captured by a giant spider lady, Robin and Brook are the two spies going through the tower, getting as much information as possible, and maybe even possibly finding out where the poneglyphs are, going down to the basement where Law was. That's another thing I wanted to bring up. Like, Law, we saw him in the basement, and then we saw him go to the roof. What caused him to make that switch really quick? Now, yes, of course, it was, Kaido defeating the Scabbards and all that stuff, but still, like, it was a little strange how Law was in the basement talking about how he wanted to discover, like, what Corazon was talking about and the Will of D and learning the secrets and everything, and the next scene, he's on the roof. Okay? So, wouldn't it have been interesting if, while Law was in the basement going around looking for, poneglyphs and stuff and trying to find out stuff about the Will of D, Robin and Brook run into him down there, right? And Brook is in his spirit form, and Robin has the tag on her face, and Law is like, oh, Nico, Robin, Brook, you guys are down here. And he's just like, yeah. And Robin, because she's connected into the information network, is like, Trafalgar Law, you need to go to the roof, okay, because the Scabbards have been defeated. I have this magical talisman. Don't ask me how it works, but I don't even know how it works, but it works. I can see everything going on in the compound right now. You got to get to the ceiling. You got to help fight, because all the other supernovas are gathering on the roof. We'll be down here. Me and Brook will be down here. We're more suited for this. We'll find out about the poneglyphs. I'll make sure to have all that information, but you got to get going. And so Law's like, okay, I leave it to you. Room. And then he teleported up to the ceiling, up to the roof to help fight against Kaido and Big Mom, okay? That would have been interesting. And then, Robin and Brook are left down in the basement, getting all of the poneglyph information. Robin's reading everything. She's got like a photographic memory, or they can make the etchings of it, like the same thing they did at Totland and all that stuff. They might find out some other secrets. Like, imagine the secrets that are kept down in the dungeons of Onigashima. Poneglyphs, the road poneglyph, maybe some ledgers, some information from the Kozuki clan, from the Void Century, from days past. The amount of information down there would be insane that Kaido has like hoarded over the years, right? And so that would be the best place for them to be, right? And Robin could be down there, and her clones could be up there also gathering intel all over the damn hall, right? But I'm just waiting for that moment for, like, next to Black Maria, she just takes off the ha-ha, Never underestimate Nico, Robin. Yes, that's correct. You shouldn't. And then I just want to see Robin in a straight up fight. But that's a fight how she does it, right? It's not just like charging in and attacking. It's Robin, being all deceitful and getting in and then attacking the enemy while their backs are turned, while they least suspect it, getting off a huge devastating blow at once, like activating her Hana Hana no Mi, and all of the members of Black Maria's entourage get captured and like knocked out right away, and only Black Maria's left. And then it's giant spider Racnera woman up against Nico Robin with all of the hands and everything like that. Also, Black Maria is really tall. She's a giant woman, of course. And Robin has the ability to make giant hands, giant feet. She can do that. So making a giant version of herself, like Mecha Robin, I've been talking about that for a while. That could be a thing that could definitely exist, right? Something on equal height of Black Maria. And then those two are fighting. And then Sanji's still off to the side, still trapped by the webs. But he's like, I can't help Robin, but I'm okay with this right now. I'm just sitting there like, okay, yeah. So that's Sanji watching how that's going down, right? So that would be pretty funny. Sanji will still get a fight at some point, I hope. He might get freed and just go up to the roof to help out Luffy and Zoro fight against, Kaido. That might be his thing. Robin defeats Black Maria. Maybe Brook helps her out, and then they free Sanji, and she's like, oh, well, all the other Tobiropo are in their fights. Like, maybe he'll go help Nami and Usopp, maybe, if they need help, or he'll just go to the roof or whatever. But yeah, I don't think at this point Sanji's really going to fight Black Maria in that way. I would have liked to see him fight alongside Robin, but I just don't see that happening right now, right? And so, yeah, that's the situation going on right now with Robin. That's her master plan, right? Actually gather all the intel, make sure you have that stuff beforehand. Another thing, too, is you have no idea what's going to happen with Onigashima. Like, Kaido plans on dropping it on the capital, but once the giant dragon duck fish raises the entire island off of the ocean with flaming clouds and starts carrying it to another island altogether, all of the rules are kind of thrown out of the window at that point, right? Something could happen at any given moment. If Kaido is defeated, does that mean the whole freaking island just boom, just crashes? It could fall upside down. Like, all of the stuff that was found in the castle, all of the important documents that Robin and Brook and Law might have found might get destroyed. You don't know what the hell is going to happen. Poneglyphs are kind of indestructible, but what happens if one sinks to the bottom of the ocean? Well, I guess Jinbei could go find it in that regard. But, you know, it's like, I'm gonna go get the information first, find everything that we need to know, and then we're going to work on dismantling the crew afterwards. While everyone's in the middle of this chaos, I'm gonna go do this, right? And it is interesting because we haven't seen Brook and Robin in quite a while. We haven't seen Chopper in a while too, but we know what Chopper's up to, right? We know what he's all about and what he's doing, and pretty much all the other members of the crew are just fighting Tobiropo, except for Brook and Robin. You know, what's going on there, right? So, yeah, I think that's going to be a pretty shocking moment. One more thing I wanted to address before I go, and this is just something with the eye tags again, okay? So, this is the symbol that we see mostly on, you know, the women in the crew, like Black Maria, and we also saw Bao Huang wear this. Okay, this is that tag, okay? A lot of people are comparing this symbol to the symbol on Who's Who's chest that he has tattooed on him, right? So I went back and checked on this, and, you know, there's only a few body shots of Who's Who. Who did I say? Who's Who, of course. And, you know, you don't get to see it that well in the anime. When he properly makes his introduction, it'll be a lot more clear to see and everything like that. But this is more of Who's Who's symbol, from what that I can gather, okay? So this one is more like eyelashes. This one is a lot more of like a pointed design. Who's Who also has these two lines above his eye. And also there's some stuff written underneath him. And from what it says, at least on the wiki, it's his name. So it literally says, like, who underneath the eye. And I was looking at one image of it, and you could kind of make it out. You could kind of see it. There's something written underneath it, but you really can't make it out, right? So, you know, like I said, it'll be maybe a little bit more clear in the anime when we finally get to see the character design for what he looks like the sketch art and everything like that. We'll see where that goes. But I just wanted to bring it up, like, they're not the same symbol, exactly. At least the iris, at least with this one, is a lot smaller than this one. I think this one I drew a little bit too exaggerated, but there's different sizes and stuff, and the eyelashes symbols are different. Now, they could still be very well connected. This seems like something for an SBS question, honestly. Like, this is gonna pop up in SBS 99 or something. Hey, what's with the eye symbols everywhere? And then Oda might reveal, like, oh, they're tags that connect all of the Beast Pirates, you know, information gatherers and spies and stuff, and what's up with the Who's Who symbol. This might just be a fashion choice for him. I'm not really sure. You know, all of those members that we see with the tags might be, you know, answering to Who's Who. There was one in Black Maria's squad, though, so it might be a thing where, like, Who's Who has everybody and he sends them out to work for other Tobiropo. Maybe that might be a thing. But I just wanted to address that because I was looking into a lot of these eye tags and I'm just like, what's up with these things, right? So, yeah, they do seem to be different symbols. If they have any relevance, if they connect back to each other, I have no idea. But at any rate, Robin, I think you got this plan set. Godspeed to you. And good luck to you and Brook on your adventures. Okay. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Next time, maybe we'll talk about the mysterious individual or something else going on with the battles. I don't know. Gotta wait to see. Thanks for watching, everybody. Tekking and Berries and Robin signing out. Later, everyone.